there, but we're gonna bring us in. And welcome back. I told you it'd be a short break, and look at that. It was so incredibly fast to hop into Dust 2. We're gonna look to see what Space have involved in this pick, right? I mean, again, they've been winning it recently, been getting some big victories, and there's some of that already utility tossed in from Spawn to scale on in, and it's already catching them off guard. Space, they've been putting in some work on this map, and they're rewarded for it with some pistol entries.
Balling out right now. There's a headshot angle made available to Idis Balance as he holds onto it for the time being. I don't think he's going to be given much of anything. 5 players still standing, and they're running away. Backing out. Got 2 players with armor. I guess that's decent to play with into the next round to try and do something about this, but no kill reward. That's going to be a pain. I'll be able to put something with maybe some deagles ahead. Body armor along with it. Could be something to work with, but other than that, I think it's just going to be a game of the scout. Idis Balance, definitely known for his prowess with that weapon. He's been able to put some damage down range quite considerably, even when he was actually playing this map when it was in the active pool the first time around, he was doing that kind of work. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see a little bit of that. Along with the body armor, it's definitely viable, and they might be able to even swing around away.
I mean, that was a pretty cool start to this, this Dust 2. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Some scaling smokes to get out of tunnels on a pistol round where they're able to collapse. You're throwing up from spawn to take that real estate, to take that space. I mean, that's ideal. That's what I expected when it comes down to picking into this map instead of like leaving it to a decider, floating it for later. And right back to the B-Rush here. They've got to deal with a close range 5-7 though. That doesn't matter. Sideswiping that here. Deladez at least able to offer up a headshot, but I think again we're going to see a pretty quick transition out of this round and a quick save if they can get away with it.
Yeah, I said before, like, it made sense to go for that second round buy with the save of the armor with the scouts, but the good call is that they don't really want to deal with that at all. They don't even want to give them a little bit of vision. And I guess, like, economically speaking, that is where the investment is going to lie, at least primarily. So the B-Rush, I find it to be a good call. Any other map, any other round in this game, I think it would have been a little bit kind of crazy, but, you know, I think that's just the perfect move.
Yeah, and you gotta rush B with conviction, right? You gotta do it with your whole heart.
Don't stop.
Yeah, exactly. You can't afford to hit the pause button on those plays. It's gotta be W. That's it.
W for the W, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Okay, well, did get a little bit of movement backwards, but no harm, no foul. Yeah, I mean, I would be complaining. Especially if I was whoever died to the Dilladez's 1D right there. It's definitely raging at him. Why'd you stop?
It's a rush. Oh my god, are we going a third time? Is this just go until it doesn't work simulator?
No
There's a player
way.
blinded already out into the site. The rest are going to be a little bit separated from him, but it won't matter. It's another absolute mopping. These first 3 rounds over as quickly as you possibly could have expected it to be, and Diladez just chilling inside of the smoke. Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly
want
just
a
want
first
to keep
gun
going.
round B-Rush.
I want them to keep going.
B-Rush until we lose?
Literally. I want to see it.
The playbook doesn't even need to be brought out here. B-Rush until you lose, then maybe we'll default. How many times can they get away with it? As I said, you know, the B defense is still pretty straightforward, right? You get some early utility, maybe an HE down in the mix there to stop a rush like that. But even if it's straightforward here, they just keep on running it down here. We haven't seen the proper utility on 9 Pandas to punish the constant pressure that Team Space have been putting together here. But now we do have that. We got all the utility in the world. Got the firepower to back it up. This is where you should be able to start handling B pressure here if it were to come that way. And it's not. This time a slight adjustment. I'm kind of sad. I was hoping for the
yeah. Me too. Maybe another time. To the doors and they jump out and away, but they toss a Molotov in exchange. It's not ticked anybody though. We're gonna walk it back towards the top of mid to regroup with the bottom mid control that they have. It's a crossfire. Thought was a crossfire is actually just a cat post from the op, and Idis Balance might get what he wants, but you know, like, that angle is just you always expect it. It's always where the opera is going to be, if not posted on long. So you just got to be cautious. And
yeah, there's a
the
molly.
Molotov lands right on the mark.
So it's just, again, this is a very systematic protocol. We haven't seen a lot of massive changes in this map, and either flash, Molotov, whatever it takes to get them off that line here is what Space are willing to do. Frequent flyers of this map here, so they know the protocols. They still got that one tucked in. This is going to be an interesting setup here. Can Klax avoid the flashbang and collect the multi-kill here? He's going to get somewhat cleared, but he does find the multi, just straight up dropping the bomb. No need for any help. And there's no way to really get involved here. Standing outside looking in on the util. 20 seconds left. There's not a lot of time for them to crouch walk up. And you can see that it's recognized from Nozzle, but it's X5 that's going to be too slow on the uptick here. They can find all the kills they want, but it's not going to change the end result here.
Yeah, weapon picked up for Denise to try and put to. Did use the AWP, now lay limp. Be another round. This time it's for the 9 Pandas. This one with money. Money enough. Klax's double kill really does need to be sang the praises of, though. When you make your way through those doors without vision, it's a 50-50 to clear left or right, and there's only so much time to react, possibly, so. Correct me if I'm wrong, I thought that, Denise was a rifler. Is this his first time in the role?
I thought he was a rifler as well.
I guess he's an opper for this team in particular.
Okay.
I made mention of it last time that I casted that he's typically not an opper, but hey,
he was a rifler for Bet Boom, so.
Of course, yeah.
Interesting. Just out of necessity here. But no, I just balance and wield that gun too. I thought he found that third one as well. They do slide in towards pit. You don't really want to re-peek someone in pit right there with an op.
Two men up as well.
Right. Feels like a death sentence, so. You've already got the big man advantage. Just hold on. That's what they're going to do here. Again, those HEs make life very difficult to cross the smokes.
No.
Maybe not timed perfectly. But there's a third one. Still not crossed yet.
Islanders has one. Come on over.
God, there's a molly right there disrupting them. This smoke is going to fade. It's going to fade before they make it on in. Unfortunately, they've got another one, but again, just left over exposed right there. Of course. They've got one more HE in their back pocket ready to toss on out. And that is more of what I'm talking about when like CS2 meta or Dust 2 meta evolves. The same thing for like crossing towards that outer yard. We saw the Alexi B nades on Cat way back when.
Oh yeah.
And now we've got long cross nades that are going to be probably more common if you just stack them up and spawn.
I wonder what Na'Vi is going to look like on this map. Alexi B was an innovator, dude. I don't know if this was popularized before him, but I remember the Molotov to the car and then rushing tunnels as a CT. That was an Alexi B original as far as I'm aware. You know what I'm talking about?
The all chat go A into the team chat go B.
Oh my god, that too.
I'm not familiar with that one. I just know his like HEs for catwalk that used to just shut down executes before they could start. They drop like 4 HEs for him and spawn right there, which is kind of interesting because I feel like Dust 2's been out of the pool for a long time. But it also is like, you know, it was still in the pool when dropping utility was a thing. I don't know, all these updates kind of blend in at this point when they come together. But I feel like there wasn't a lot of overlap in between the like dropping util update and Dust 2 still being in the pool.
Wow. Man, I miss Train now that we were talking about it. I can't ever help but stop thinking about it.
Yeah. So
In my
fun.
dreams.
And so good for North America, too.
Yeah, that and cash. What we need. Austin Major win. Return to NA as soon as we get trained back.
Think they'll bring it back in time for that Austin major. Or wherever it is.
Wherever it may be.
We'll see. Dan is still rocking that AWP though, so guess he is just opting for the squad here. And I love this position from Dilladez, but it could be challenged by this op. It's gotta be quick. And oh, it just misses it. And now that he misses that, that's when you finally get to use your utility. And you only use that utility with a minute left on the clock there. So much time being brought off. Man, Cease is playing a lot of confidence right there in that mid duel. And I thought it was going to be the op that does it, but it's just the Deagle. This position's really weird here because they can get up towards Catwalk. And one good flashbang to force Idis balance off could completely shut this down.
The Molly's got a huge gap too. Look, they try to make their way through and around it. He will take one from out of the air, but as the rest of the refights do come through, he's going to be able to topple each and every one of them. They're going to have to just jiggle their way across little by little, hoping to be able to find it, but not quite. It's Denise Saab that won't be given the opportunity either, but he'll have to go first. Eventually he will. No more utility left up into it. Glowing's on the lower end of elevator, creeping his way up through the ramp as they try and punch in the code. They will be successful, but they're not aware of how close they actually are, and that's the easy enough spray. Should be nothing for Trinique to do here after that first kill. It'll be all that she wrote.
Pretty comfortable retake right there. I thought it was going to be more complicated, but it's two quick op shots that change the tides right there from Idis balance. That's just power positioning right there from him. That's the kill that starts it off right there. Nasty headshot. And you do actually, I mean, right there, what's cool is to see that Molly, like, the difference right there. They could run right past it, right? So, I like the idea. Just not the firepower to pull through. Not the utility definitely here, but look at this. X5. Surprise, surprisey, or the XM right there. Rolling through, in through lower tons. Looking for more as he picks the AK up, but that is just so brutal. Round almost determined by two quick kills. Clock's got HE the smoke open in a tough fight. Dennis left last man standing. Op shots trading back and forth. Would have thought that X5 would fall to the XM though. It's a cruel joke right there.
Yeah, 9 Pandas getting their choice of sides too, taking this lead. Felt like it had to have been inevitable for them in this best of 3 if they wanted to give themselves a chance, really. I think they needed to show some sort of level of, I guess, competitiveness on this map. Dust 2, not one that you can let slide all too far away. Team space, they're going to realize this soon enough. Their money is left absolutely drained on their accounts. Somebody's gotten the passwords. And that's just going to be the last chance efforts with the AWP to hopefully peekaboo his way into a frag that won't quite meet the mark. And Idis balance is looking solid, I have to say. Great start from him. Freebies, man.
He just does what I do in every matchmaking game, and that's rush lower with an XM.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a charm.
I mean, it's pretty unbeatable. Very powerful move right there. This round got one deeked with the rifle, said enough is enough, man.
Enough.
I'm whipping out the XM, running you down. Having some fun with it. Double up again, still being held on to, of course. I just balance. He's already looking in good form.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say about this map is it feels really good for like two separate styles of opping. It's like CIS oppers really strong on this map, And then South American Oppers, like,
Yeah.
incredibly strong in this map, so
Oh.
could be fun right there. With the Deagles rolling out again. Should have had an XM lower to avoid that problem.
Yeah, instead he's got an M4A1S on Cat. I think he's going to be run down. This first player is going to be easy enough for him to clean, but they've got to start swinging on him right now, man. What are they taking so long for? The Tech-9's jiggling into a wall, and Trunique lets his 2 teammates die before he even gets remotely close enough, but he has the bomb. So he got the bomb site at the very least if they drop this Opper, and 1 shot missed, and they're done for, and that's it.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Trunique making up for his shortcomings a moment ago. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, missed out on an opportunity to trade out his teammates, but doubles down to redeem himself here. Glowing, inching his way forward. I mean, he's made it past this initial sign. And yeah, he's made it past the scope as well. A headshot needs to roll off, and Glowing able to contain the spray. And saving the day there. Big time for 9 Pandas. A bit awkward, but you know, weaponry advantage felt in the server. Avoiding that op scope huge as well. And you can see a little bit of frustration there on this side of space as they do lose, I believe that's 5 in a row. This was their best chance to actually get past it, but
Yeah.
again, missed opportunity here. Glowing shuts it down.
For some reason, they just don't seem to be cognizant of the fact that they can walk up through CT spawn, like ever. It's the second time they've just been surprised by the presence of a player at the bottom side of the ramp. He's once again up to his no good, dirty old tricks with the shotgun and lower. Here they come once again. Are they going to expect it? They will. They'll clear it. They'll take some damage, but they'll eventually deal with him, and he won't be able to get away with a kill this time.
Not 100% success rate, unfortunately.
I know
this
how much you
put a lot
wanted
of
it.
pressure. I know, I was cheering him on right there, but this is one way to. Oh, B, it's just going to be tough to get your utility down. You've got the scope lines right now on your location and a smoke to try and bail you out, but back's turn. Dennis just holds the line for so very long. Eventually rewarded. You're locked out of the B site, and you know which way this round goes. Into a save. One T side player waiting in the back lines for that save to take place. Turnic was here all along, waiting for the catch. Unfortunately, doesn't actually get anything out of it. Either way, it's no big deal. Team space, they finally break the drought here.
Indeed they do. The B site. When all is in doubt, just go B. B boys. Crazy. How often that'll get you what you need.
That's how they started it all off, right? I mean, the only side of the map that they've had wins on is that B side. Had some success on A, but like you said, maybe when all else fails, rush B. No stop.
They literally got 3 rounds in a row. God, it's crazy. All 4 of the rounds. Oh my god, wait.
Yeah.
That's crazy. New meta?
And enough of this long coin flip fights.
Yeah.
What is Clax doing right now?
I'm not really sure. He's
That's
kind of
nuts,
alone
man.
in that one. Yeah.
Glad he didn't stick around too long to keep jump spawning there to find out what's around that corner. But this is weird because, again, usually you talk about sacrificing control of long to take space up catwalk for this map. They don't have long control, they don't have cat control. They're going to try and retake it at least, so this is a good late reaction here. Turnic avoiding the flashes. There's a lot more around that corner here. The flashes keep on raining in. Such great utility coming through from Midas Balance.
Oh no.
And they've got them boxed in right now. Separated. HE gonna expose Vert as well. And that is a systematic retake with bomb now dropped in the blue bin. That's what you need to bring to the table right there.
Relax. They're even spamming him through the door.
I mean,
Breathe.
it feels dumb, but is it done? Not done just yet.
Not yet, I guess, but 30 seconds. Bomb down. Other side of long doors.
Yeah, they'll probably do the trick.
That'll probably do it, yeah. I don't even know if we're going to be able to save onto these guns. There's a player in lower that looks like they want to activate at some point soon after their mid teammate goes down to the op. He'll soon do the same.
Yeah, you gotta fight for this op save. They will. I'm gonna expire. On Pandas. They don't stay down for long, man. They actually got 11k on high disbalance, 10k for glowing as he reinvests. He's gonna have to spend some of that, but you can definitely feel that some of these rounds over before they lift off. And for a team that does have a lot of wins here, I like the fact that Space look comfortable in some sense, but the way that Pandas are taking control on the CT side, I feel like it is it's gonna be a challenge here for them to react. It just feels like you know, 9 Pandas were waiting for a team to activate this trap here.
Mm-hmm. Step into their lair. Double up. Honestly, glowing having gotten kills, but not really having to be a superstar is typically not what you'll see. I think that 9 Pandas were actually pretty good at this map back when it was in the pool initially, and I remember glowing in particular being one of their best players on it. I'm going to do a little bit of fact-checking on that quickly, but even still, I like to see that they're not afraid, not shying away from that investment. A map that lends itself to, like you said, multiple styles of opping, but also one of the best maps for 2 ops in general. So. Yeah, he was an absolute monster on it. I'm looking now, yeah.
I just balance. Knocked out early, though. That's a big name to take down. You take care of one op. Can you take care of the other, though? Glowing is going to look to separate. HE for the smoke. It's not going to offer him any kills, though. What is going on here? Gonna look to regroup towards middle? Smokes for the cross already lining in. Sees.
He wants to get flashed through, or what's he doing? Oh, he's gonna smoke for himself to cross up.
That'll do right there. 1 kill, almost a double. The lineup around that smoke looked good. The retake utility's certainly there, though. They'd have to get in a position where they can throw it. Need to get up catwalk, and they're just eating HGs, eating utility in time. There's that Molotov I was talking about, catching him jumping into safety here. Another HG chunks off even more damage. Finally, that bomb gonna be punched in, and safely so.
That's another nade too.
See if you can get away with it. Lost it in. Oh, towards ramp though. Didn't quite do it. They're kind of trapped in the commitment of this retake, or maybe they can actually make it happen here. A missed op shot from Danis here, and a collapse on the T side. It's just X5 left, back against the wall, and Dilladez will pull that one back from the brink. I thought they were trying to run away for a save there with that split second of hesitation, but no, it just launches them forward instead.
2 kits as well. I mean, you don't waste all too much time, but just enough to where it'll be called into question. This is much easier game for 9 Pandas, and I'm sure that Team Space were hoping for. Getting again a little bit frustrated, as you mentioned. Bird 0 kills, a player who had a lot of impact the way that we had seen him play previously. I believe I casted them with you. I'm not sure who it was with, but Bird was certainly putting really good name for himself out there. But even still, I Disbalance actually going down to Denise too. Hasn't been given a whole lot of op opportunity. No pun intended. Molotov hits the ledge, and he's gonna be able to walk right across that. That's a fumble.
Yeah, a little lackadaisical right there on the inbound. HE's gonna dunk some damage, and they're quickly responding into at least good positions where they're taking damage into getting there. Can't hold on to this line for too much longer. Spam continues to rain on through. They're gonna call in for Clax to offer up some coverage here. C's now needs to pop on the site. Dilladez late to the party as well. Just hiding for now. A tap for the bomb. They swing together in unison. That's what you need to do right there. Not give over too many fights, though, especially with bomb. You don't want to let Dilladez get a hold of that. Flash perfectly blinds up Danis. He's caught in the open right there. Another route into this round, but he'll need another 3K to close it. Headshots quick on a Fossil, but he gets caught with his back turned here by Vert. And that's how the half closes out, with one extra for space as they grab themselves a fifth.
We go once more. A very even affair for 9 Pandas. Look at that. Everybody doing their work. Everyone putting in their effort. Same can't exactly be said for Team Space at this point in time, but that round win at the very least, despite it going down to the absolute finish of the 1v1. It bode well for them to be able to put something onto the board on the way around. A 2-round gap, much better than it could have been, that much is for sure.
I mean, they get off to a fancy start there with the B rushes. They actually, for the last round of the half, 1-1. Around there towards the A side. So
Rush B yet?
It could be the move. Although they don't have the best spawns here.
No. Who cares?
I feel like that's the biggest coin flip about this map here. It's all about spawns.
Yeah, and I guess that's what makes it, I guess, one of the more interesting, but same time sometimes annoying, you know?
Yeah. It's just like, it determines how you play around, really.
Certain teams will have a hard time adapting to that. Other teams will be experts at it, really.
There's proof of concept for these B rushes.
Put that in the highlight reel. Just like 3 B rush kills, like back-to-back-to-back clips. Ice balance has been extraordinarily fast, though, so far in this match. That's disgusting. And I guess if Denise can, like, match the same level of, I don't want to say overconfidence, but just ability to take these peaks even when maybe you shouldn't, but even still willing them out for Midas balance for a majority of the time. If you can match that on the CT side of their own, then maybe they can get it done.
What we got going on right now? Not a lot of good spawns anywhere here, so no rushing. Maybe a bit of a slower affair.
Holds a smoke.
Looking to catch him as they run through. He's got the dualies, right? So it could be a deadly combo.
They run him down. Will he even be able to get away is my question in time.
That's a good question. It depends on the timing of this jiggle, right? If he's got that instantly, it should be good. But splitting mid to B with a slightly understaffed B side here potentially. Did they just miss that smoke? Oh my god. I think they might have. They have a second one, fortunately for them, and that smoke just went down towards tunnels. So what do you do here? 9 Pandas. You got to make a move, and you got to do it soon. You want to jump around the corner there up against the dualies. Distractions being placed towards middle. We'll see how much these dualies can do. The full flashed up vert can get absolutely nothing but Fossil. Holding from the backline sure can. A trade comes through eventually, so we'll at least remain even.
Going's mid.
But you got Glowing. Oh, he steps out for 2 quick kills. Glowing and his Glock knocking down some heads. Jornik now left. Last man standing. He's found the first piece of the puzzle here, but needs 2 more. Jump spot right there is one way to gather that information, but he doesn't have a kit right now, so he's got to be quick. Flashbang actually isolates one of those duels right now. Idis Balance hits the deck and playing with fire right now. He's just buying time. It just might do it. Diladez also cuts the head off as well. And that's going to be a successful pistol for 9 Pandas.
There was a second there where I thought he actually might have had that one. Diladez, he was frozen in place. For better or for worse, he does hit his shot even still at the end of the day, though, so that's fine enough, but even still scary. The time would have been there. Game of cat and mouse. Not one he'll... Not too much of a fan of playing. Looks like they are going to be going for a little bit more of a B lean. They too worried about scouts and potential as they're up by these 3. Gonna bring it up by 1. Is the Deagle walking it up through mid there that actually gives Idis Balance a scare.
That's such a Chad play right there.
Yeah.
Trying to 1D the scouter and P spawn. And, well, these USPs, a lot of them can be all the more effective. So, equalized 4v4, obviously with that big Firepower advantage. They evacuate Cat though, as soon as they do, Cease is there to fill the void. Didn't hear the drop down CT, he knows he's still tucked in here. Yeah, won't press his luck for too often here, Vert. Knows when to fold him here. It's X5. Flying AK. That'll certainly help out here. And falls left on the back of the B site once again. With the Deagle at least. Can't really afford to hold both tons in middle, right?
No, not really. Bert actually trying to make a play here. I mean, it's desperate, but what else are you gonna do? Hold on, maybe you can. Maybe you can!
Oh my
He dinks him through the
God.
wall! Oh my lord, there was a real world where he would have been able to find that frag. And Trunique on the low HP player left standing might have actually had a chance into that one if he had gotten past Ibis Balance first. He probably would have had to have made his way to the site at that point in time, but... That's a theoretical world we will not come to see. Lead brought up by just that one further beyond, and now Team Space can feel the pressure mounting. Their map pick starting to little by little evade them, just to a good test of time. Even still, time enough to where Team Pandas are going to need to make something happen, bringing the fight to their opponent, and they can't do a damn thing.
Just smoking that long setup right there. So running past the smokes, running past all that utility. The flashes looked good. It looked like they were actually catching some of these players on 9 Pandas, but it's all nullified by some quick entries. Seized and Diladez looking dominant. This is a round over. It's double digits. And this is, again, what can make Dust 2 so fierce here. Sometimes it comes down to how you can hold off this long control. And if you look at how 9 Pandas were doing it in a lot of those CT side rounds, they had the setup, they had the cohesion. They have that same ability. Oh. So I think C stabbed out or something. They have that same ability in this second half to unify.
They definitely do. Ibis Balance is counting down the seconds before that smoke fades for him to molly the back of the site and try and figure out where the both of these guns lie. Burnt out, burnt low, enough to where the window player will finish him off, and even still, Falls can do nothing about it. No trade, glowing. Once more, entering the kill feed. He's been a silent killer, but an impactful one at that. 3 kills now from top to bottom for the 9 Pandas team. But, let's also be realistic about this one. It's 1 kill from the top to bottom of the Team Space squad, except for Bert, who sits at 1. Don't mean to be that guy, but...
He's still struggling a bit.
Team's got to be looking to get him either activated or set him up as a piece to assist. One of the more mechanically informed players that we have for Team Space right now. That's 10 too. Well, it's 10-5, but you know what I mean. 10 as well.
There you go. I get you. Yeah, I have double digits landed here by 9 Pandas into like a half-buy territories where you like to be. This was Space kind of rolling through with a pocket pick, but going to be tough to get past here. HE is doing some decent damage. They just run right on past it. Ignore it. And they just chase these kills down. Klax is unrelenting.
Oh, kill from Vert, though, before the smokes do pop out. And he will actually have a teammate inside of the site with an SMG who might be able to shred up a killer too, but the AK is too strong. This is just utter annihilation, it feels. And his balance blind, though. Hold on, back turn. Player inside of the site. The AK versus the A1S. I actually favor Vert in this situation. He doesn't have any head armor, though. Even still, bomb. If it's dropped, this might be the moment where Vert comes to life. It's an ace. Potentially with C's the last one. For to make this one happen, he will have had the impact of a lifetime in this round, making up for an entire game of absence, and he doesn't really know where Seized is coming from, periodically checking towards Cap, and more so worried about the CT spawn, not at head level, and he knows how much that meant. Seized, even retrieving the op, in a moment where that could have turned everything around. Unfortunate, it isn't able to come through.
Oh, that's a quick kill right there, but yeah, I mean, it is very unfortunate. Such a good effort being brought together by Vert. Locking in these kills right here and punishing some massive overextensions. Nearly makes a dream happen, but Seized will just rip that away. And like you said, it could have been big impact. It could have been a big moment to show up. Maybe a moment that you can use to come back, and then all of a sudden that one kill, it doesn't mean as much, but it's right back to reality right there. The dream gets shattered. Their form. It's actually a T-side timeout there that it gets called in by 9 Pandas. Maybe knowing that they might have gone a little bit over aggressive, maybe to try and talk through the game plan here. It's Clax. Pretty aggressive on his stance towards B early. 3 players towards lower as well.
There's mid control. Easy as you like for the 9 Pandas. There's not even anybody really playing for it. Actually, they have rotated back and around. They're doubling up on it, as a matter of fact. So Cat is extraordinarily susceptible, but the thing you need to worry about, the thing you need to break apart is Denise Stop. Holding from Goose side. Actually, Clax is their insurance policy as well, heading back towards the upper tunnels.
That Molly. Can they lean on a full cat exec here to put them onto map point? Got a lot of utility here, but also between these angles as well. They want to solo rotate back in towards this middle side, but I don't know if there's much of a need to in the current setup. They're gonna send Seized, I think, to drop CT right now, yeah, and look to fight CT through middle. We'll see if this is called in. It looks like they're dealing with some of the pressure quickly. That long lurk taken care of.
What?
And wow, everything taken care of all over the map. Black's the only one able to find some reprieve here, but he does find 2, and that's a B side without bomb. It's 15 seconds, and I don't know if he's got time to make this long of a rotation here. You can see Clax is trying to fight for it. There should be time. He should be able to make it. A bomb tossed. There's a flank fast, but he misses his shot. Oh my god, they get it. Just about right there in time. Molly for tunnels as well. This forces the retake at the very least. Oh, perfect flash right there. That'll do the trick, Dennis. Setting up Drunic here, but it's all in the back of Clax in a 1v3 right now. Low HP on the first. He's lining up kills through the wall. He finds another one and scares off Danis with only an op and no kit. He's running out of time and has got to make the next move. Clax, he knows this. He's going to continue to buy that time here. And still, he's not moving in. He's not going for this one. Clax has just done enough. It's going to be around converted. Danis has to retreat. And it's going to be map point here, found first by 9 Pandas.
That's a feel-good moment, and it's got to be Clax with 4 kills in the round overall, but the maneuvering around that big box, isolating those duels is as good as you like. I mean, Gun Barrel seen just through the edge of the doorway and able to put through the damage that he needs to. He can just continue to bob and weave. It's just so good. Fossil able to find 2 kills there. Looked like he had done enough. He finds not only player out through the mid doors, but then the transition onto Seized, who had dropped his way through into CT. There was 2 way off angles for him to collect upon. Even then, makes his way into that B site and delays for that little bit longer, and this is map point.
I mean, I got the feel for Fossil, because every time they've hit that B side, this guy's brought a multi to the table. Just giving them a multi-kill in some form or fashion. Right there, a challenging one. Like you said, that's throwing your aim off so effectively to where you think a trade is guaranteed, and he still brings 2.
Brings it
Clax just 1-ups him. Or actually 2-ups him.
Big clutch, big time moment for him to shine. It's MVP level performance there in and of itself. See, in that next map, if we'll see that same level from Klax, if we'll see him rise to the occasion, as this one looks like it's just about finished. The AWP and the elevation might be something to work with now, though, as the flash is down and below. It will blind him only momentarily, and they look like they do have an idea that this could be here. Great read, damage inflicted, and they now have a perfect idea of what's going on around the map, knowing that there were 2 players over at the catwalk, and knowing that they just killed 1 player over in mid. Maybe they pressure this B site, attempted pulling a rotation, and split right back up through cat.
Oh, catch Dan is trying to move straight through the smoke. Yeah, this mid to B it's gonna leave a lonely X5 here, trying to play off the angle in the car. Not a single kill rolling through. This one has quick curtains written all over it. Here's 9 Pandas. Looking dominant on Dust 2. I think Space thought they had a great opportunity, but this boost revealed, and that's both players known now.
Yeah, trying to reload even, still on top of the boost, and Vert is just standing hopelessly, aimlessly, wandering through that smoke. There's nothing else he can do, bro. It's just playing for his stats at that point, and that's gotta be a painful one. That is not the way that you want to lose out onto that map. That had to feel really solid across the board from the 9 Pandas, as they pretty much sweep this game after what was a 3 round.
Like the RMR performance, I believe, that they used full effect right there, and yeah, I mean, I feel like they can bring that energy to the table here. But again, Gate, thank you for joining us here for this quick introduction. We'll be hopping on into this second map of Anubis to see if 9 Pandas can continue to bring that energy, continue to bring that level that we expect out of him here, and that we just saw in that last map there. Dust 2 looking strong, and that fight needs to continue here as Space actually elect to start on the CT side here, actually.
Okay, well, that's going to be definitely one of the calls to make, is maybe just slow to start in terms of their aim, and letting the opponent walk into you might be a better way of just getting a little bit more warmed up, perhaps. Maybe that's the line of thought, as X5 once again with the smoke jiggling it out over towards A main. This time he's going to be kind of wide onto it, so once he does drop that out and about, they're going to have to pop through it. He's got 2 guns for these players, as they've yet to throw out their flashbang. Seized holds on to it, they fire off a couple of shots, but it lands right into his face, turns at the opportune moment, but can't collect out of the kill as quickly as he would have liked to. But Denise is here, backside of the pillar, has to reload, and he's done. He's gone. Bert, he can't help, he's smoked off.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You walked right into the 2 bullets right there, the double headshot. And Vert's just misery will continue. It's the same way he ended off the last map. He starts it off in the next. The shot through the smoke. A cold reminder of Dust 2 right there, as Trunic looking to save the day. I mean, very winnable here if you can dice up these fights. And he does. God. What a quick headshot. Right onto the C. He's now glowing, looking to buy time, playing around the pillar. Oh, you're exactly right. I was thinking A man's gonna walk right into the crosshair, glowing. Again, patient as ever. And we'll close things out.
9 Pandas camp with the kickoff, and C's with 3. Didn't actually get to catch a whole lot of those, but one of them I think did end up coming in through the smoke at the top side of heaven. That's not something that you'll see every day. Vert exposing himself even for a second, trying to get into a powerful position once it had faded. Instead gets punished. Go back down now with more than enough money into the pockets of Team Space to be able to go for the full save into this one and have everything that they need, or at least not everything, but close to, up against what'll be more of a bonus buy than anything else for Teams. Excuse me, 9 Pandas, with SMGs already across on the Klax and Dial It, as the 2 superstar riflers just behind Glowing as well, who holds the AK. It should be a pretty clean sweep, and they're actually completely circumnavigating the Team Space stack.
Yeah, just make it around that corner. Klax, he can't dodge the hundreds of shots sent his way, but shouldn't cost him too much. Just a MAC-10 that hits the grave here. Now C's actually has the AK. He's what matters in staying alive in this round, and good for 1 and then done. That's an AK super recoverable. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Not bad. Great escape out with that one then. How much more do you want to hunt this one out? Actually could have straight up caught off. This AK being saved. Whoa. Gotta be careful getting that Glock out. He's got a flank to worry about as well. And Fossil, an MP7 to upgrade on. Trunic gets the AK, so a couple parting gifts made to the space department.
It's a dangerous prospect, too. This is not a gun you want to give into the hands of the CTs, especially considering now that you've had 3 players of your own drop. They can drop over weapons to make them more valuable to this round. Clack's obviously not able to buy his own AK-47, requiring financial support. Actually, probably won't get it. So, buy out, no op, rifles, AK in the hands of Trunique, who honestly has probably been the shining light in terms of star power for this Team Space squad. See if he can put it to good use.
Yeah, I've liked him and Falzel right now, at least for that last game. Wasn't a lot to be excited about for the CT side, I'll be honest, on the side of Space, but there was a couple impressive multi-kills that Falzel brought that seemed super challenging. So I want to see them continue and keep that up. Hey, cheat. Oh my goodness, so much value out of that.
Lord.
Falzel does some damage here, but the flash is good. He just runs down the kill, fully blinded up, but it doesn't matter. Oh, he swings for another. The Molotov drops to the floor, but he's still delivering. Falzel deletes the setup right there, covering E-Box and B-Main. He's all over the map.
You manifested that. You brought Falzel to life.
Hey, he's just keeping it up, man.
What's the reverse of the caster's curse? That was a bar, actually. What would the reverse be? The caster's blessing?
Hopefully. That'd be a new power. I didn't know I had that.
Yeah, I mean, try it again.
See, sees hero Galil.
Okay.
Ah.
And we're back to and we're back to normal. We're back.
There it is.
For every curse, I guess that there's a blessing. So maybe it's my turn. I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's try it. I'm actually gonna say Diladez's Deagle. Gonna do some serious damage in this round. It's been known to be a little bit of a sharp shooter right now, as the AK for glowing is gonna be tested at the deep side of Nals. There's an op up in play even still, but it's not over in that direction. We'd see it strike towards mid, soon to rotate over in the opposite direction. I can only assume though, as they regroup, will be made known. We'll see what they've got with this one smoke. Second one in the possession of Plax, but nothing in the way of any sort of a blind. It's going to be bodies thrown up in their faces that they're going to have to try and take away their vision. There's only 2 even still, though. No rotation yet. And they're doubled up. This is a good setup.
They're back into a dynamic duo here that's already able to tear through this offense. Execute's not going to be super powerful. It's just a couple of smokes. One of those placed perfectly. I mean, if they just separate them outside looking in, that's good. But that flashbang buying time, and Falzel steps up once again. ID's balance going to hit the deck, and Diladez running on into his grave as well. Falzel just again another 3K back-to-back here for him.
Diladez would have gotten every single player on the other team if he didn't pick up
If he
the
had his Deagle out,
Yeah.
he ruined the blessing that you gave him.
Maybe he'll do it later. Maybe it doesn't have a timer on it. That opener was really nice in mid, just catching out the in-game leader. You can kind of tell where the plan is going to go from there, more likely than not. Assuming they aren't grouped up over towards A or over towards B, and seeing that one rifle floored, it's good for them to just hunker down wherever they choose to, leaving that B site susceptible, but enough to where the rotation is going to be in kind from the rest of the defenders, and still should be able to make their contact with some damage inflicted, even still, should they have made their way through B main as they had. But this is up through mid very quickly, where the AWP is not posted. It is not ready. There's nobody home, and only now is Trunic going to make his way back.
Not careful here. He's going to turn the corner into a whole lot of Glocks, P250s, and a Deagle. But why is he holding the line?
Just itched his forehead. Imagine that was the moment they walked through.
Shoot. That's almost how you can bait out, like, tease to push you right there.
Can you see through that door? You see through that gap?
Which door?
The door they're standing into right there. There's like a little, like, corner that you can,
I
like,
see what
see
you're talking
through,
about.
like, to the left. I'll have to test that.
Surely
but
not.
Hopefully not. Pretty good cleanup, though.
not scratching his head anymore. This time he's got both hands on the wheel. Flex. Was looking for maybe, I thought was going to be a QB sneak there. Bring the bomb into A and see if you can try and find a plant, but he did have the bomb, so just looking for a kill. Maybe looking to late activate if his mid players could get anything. No luck there. We're into the gun rounds. And again, space on their CT side so far looked a little bit disjointed on that first map. And really struggled to deal with the high octane like CS that 9Pandas were throwing at them when it comes to like quick map control. This time I think they're kind of getting away with conceding that map control and still playing on like these deep lines. You know, we have like E-box being held, sure. They're also giving a lot of space. This time they're looking to take it back, but Glowing has the right read, man. Just nails that kill quickly onto Fossil. Knows that there's one around that corner as well. Trunic at least holding on. Sees around the corner as well. Great flash to follow up there, and that's what they need.
The back of this pillar, X5 just sits and waits. Biding his time, but I don't even think they're going to clear him. No, he gets away with all the information, with all of the time in the world for his teammates to make their way back, but Dilated still is on the attack. He's here, and he's the only one left now standing as 9Pandas. Their lurk is quickly cut down to size, but the 1v1s are offering themselves up to him, and X5 is still low enough. Denise has already made known with his AWP previously on the other side of the map. Dilated is taking no damage, but hold on. He's got no... Hold on. Wait, what? I was going to say he's got no bomb, but I think it's just inside of the site, isn't it? Where's the bomb? It won't matter. What? He just swings him out right. Wait, I'm so confused. Where is the bomb?
The bomb was
it's
on
there?
top of... Yeah, he was standing on top of it.
Blocking it on the mini-map.
Yeah. I was right there with you. I was like, I'm looking at the... So you might have to figure that one out in the HUD. But yeah, there's where the bomb drops, right? So Danis is just sitting on it like a goose egg. That's the reason why Dilladis is running back after all these kills. And Danis just caught, I guess, asleep at the wheel. Probably caught a little distracted by that smoke for a second.
Speed of the swing.
Yeah, and too quick on the trigger. What a save right there from Dilladis. I mean, that's brutal. Quick reminder, the clutch factor.
That's a game changer. Wow.
Yeah, it was Clax last map. This time it's Dilladis that just pieces those fights up.
I want to say that this is going to be the turnaround that the 9Pandas can really start to crawl away with a lead on the T side for, but even so, their money wasn't looking all too sick following that round. Even still, Clax left with only a MAC-10. The rest, they'll have decent enough weaponry. The AWP also in play, but losing a body, losing it that soon in C's is going to be an issue. But CT's actually looking to do a little bit more than even that. X5 might be doing a little too much, and hold on. Oh, it's gotten him right on top, and he's pissed. I would be too.
He was just trying to run away. Trying to find safety here, but there's no safety to be found here. And Clax, I think he might be spotted here. Dealt with ease. Quick flick. That'll do the trick. But look at this. Gotta be careful on these fights. Nearly gave one back with the op on the right line. But instead, it's just more information gathering here from the side of space. And more information being gathered here. They've just cleared out middle. Vert's on a mission. But if he keeps on rolling through, he's going to walk into 3 that have grouped up here. Walk into it, he does, and gets out. Wow. We're playing very well here. And it scared him off of this mid-prong. Mission accomplished here for him. I mean, there's just no way to win this round here at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it over on Dust 2 at the end of it, where Clax is really looking like a hero. Weapon to behold, put forth and unleashed on their T side in particular as well, with a clutch at the B site, but this time around falling much farther away from Grace than you would have liked him to. You would have loved to see him continue that rate. And if he did, again, he would have been on for the MVP conversation, but right now, letting the lead slip, giving the CT side a way back into the best of 3 in its entirety, this, as Anubis, is not what we come to expect from the side of the 9Pandas.
Struggling on their T side.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, like the gun rounds here, in terms of like consistency, sure they've lost one of them, but it was a bit of heroics coming through from Illides that got them through. They just can't take any map control right now. As soon as they make efforts for it, they lose those opening duels here. Feels just polar opposite. Which for me is really surprising because, as you mentioned here, it feels like this roster, especially towards like the end of last year, was super dominant on this map. Very creative when it comes to the way that they were working these T sides.
Yeah, their CT side was also really good, to be honest, too.
That's
A lot
fair.
of good gimmicks. A lot of really good gimmicks, like changing up how they play with these boosts when they save a gun. They make really good use of them and don't just opt to have them to potentially save if they need to as well. As you've seen, actually, a couple of players leave their chairs on the side of team space, so it looks like we are in a technical timeout. Everything's all right.
Yeah,
Seems to
you
be
know what's
Vert's
interesting?
replacing his mouse.
Okay, good to have a couple extra of those on deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 4 losses in a row here for Nine Pandas on a map that, again, they're very solid on. Losses to, Bet Boom and Bleed right now, and that was
Okay.
Bleed, obvious. It's with Jacob and Knock, not the
Right.
Cirque and Vladden combo. But I mean that's an understandable loss, even though I think Bleed still look a little bit confused on this map as well. The Passion UA and the alternate attacks of the world, those are the losses I'm a little concerned with right now for Nine Pandas, and it just might be a hit of confidence being taken on this leading into this matchup as well.
I'm excited for that Bleed roster.
Me too. Look good. I mean, they definitely have a lot to iron out, but that's gonna come with time.
Just individually speaking, I think that it's about on par with what the Apex team was when Jacob and Knock had left it, except the in-game leadership is just going to be by far and beyond better. I can only assume.
Balance got a second chance. You don't get it often, but he will take it. A second opportunity at that op pick here. They're a little slow on the uptick though. Vert already transitioning on in here, but meeting head on. And Balance continues to wield that op to full effect. It is a round as scrappy as can be right there, but Balance, the helm of the spear with that AWP. They hear the rotate in towards T-spawn, so right now if you see you're on a bit of a mission here. Can you find yourself an extra gun? Oh, he's got this one wrapped up, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is one of those rounds where like the clash in A, as explosive as it was for the side of Nine Pandas, winning every fight in that fashion is massive, and letting Balance, as you mentioned, get a second chance is going to be a major regret. Letting him get away with that, refacing into him in the same manner and expecting to come out on top is something that you can't ever be certain of. Balance only finding his 3rd and 4th kills in that round, but you see what it means to the squad is that 4-all scoreline back. They leave team space with options to be able to buy into it, but even still, it won't be the best, and if they go all in, be way back into this half, and then some for the Nine Pandas. Maybe even, I don't want to jinx it, potential for that 8-4. That's what they're fighting for now. At the very least, a surefire 6-4.
Yeah, I'll start to seal in a couple of these quick T-side rounds.
I'm scared by the smoke.
A little bit freaky right there. I mean, again, we're back to a concession of space, it feels like, for side of space. Giving them a lot of control towards middle. This has worked out for them quite a bit. It's a weird smoke, though. What are they going to do with that? We're getting a lot of rotates right now. I can imagine what they're going to do here if they are able to dive on in towards the B side, but if they keep going A, that's where the stack has kind of been assembled right now for Space.
Yeah, Space look kind of scared about how they're rotating around this map right now, though. Like, look at where Vert right now is. He's at Beach, and he's walking back through Spawn to B, and they've got one player in Temple. They're so worried about their flank, they think they've left mid-gapped, but instead, they've left A gapped. They've left 2 players to walk through A main, and no one available for the quick rotate. Vert will get here, but it'll be in no position as they're already posted up and ready, and the mid has already been cut off by Itis bounces off. They've got nobody in that direction to be able to zone it, and it's a complete and utter failure from Team Space, in my opinion, to fully realize where they have options available for 9Pandas to walk through 3 players turning around to clear out mid. But not clear it, they just check it, like their flank, and hope to catch a player if they made their way through, but 2 players walking through A at the same time, it's just too disjointed for me.
Yeah, well, 2 players walking through A, very separated as well. I don't know what the game plan was there, but I think 9Pandas manipulating those rotates so effectively. It's Fossil that's not even going to be able to save. Super lackadaisical on the motion there out of A as well. I mean, you can see how easily Klax is able to win those duels because I mean, maybe they think that execute towards mid had a whole lot more behind it, but this is, that one was a bit of a wild one here. Space maybe left confused by that round from 9Pandas. Honestly, I was a little bit confused by what 9Pandas' end goal was there. Throw a middle of mid smoke in the mix there to take some scaling, and felt all over the map. They end up manipulating those rotates just to where they want to be. Get some A main aggression. Klax was there to catch it. Now we got a nothing buy here for 9Pandas to secure that 6 that you were talking about.
Dude, and like they're gonna have nothing into the next round really either. I mean, their loss bonus is gonna be decent enough, but I think that in terms of an AWP, nothing. That was a 1-round loss bonus they had, right?
I think so. They won Illidez's round, or rather, Itis Malice's round.
Well, nobody's
So
above $2,000, so
it might be 2,900 at best, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut for op and armor. Maybe Dennis can glass cannon at the best.
I think they're gonna have 4,450 on the highest player in Easts, I think. Let's see if my math is good.
Quick math, yeah.
4,550. 4,450. Unless he gets a kill, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Itis balance at range, playing up against USPs should be manageable, should be easy enough clear. He doesn't really want to give the weapon up, doesn't want to go down. Instead, just back out and regroup with the rest of the crew, and they look to actually crunch down upon them with 2 SMGs. Klax and C's might Batman this.
It could be fun.
Play superhero?
Yeah. There you go. And C's does exactly that. Playing superhero, charging down these sweet ecos. And, well, I mean, not a bad turn of events right there for Trunic. They hunt those Eeks, they lose those SMGs. But no big concerns here. And I mean, Trunic with the most money, but he's just going to go for a rifle. He needs armor. We're rocking no ops and limited utility, as you said. And it feels like with how Space have been playing right now, they need that utility either A, to disrupt executes from 9Panda, or B, get aggressive, right? And there's some certain limitations in that department.
Flashes in for Glowing to maybe take a peek. Nobody really there alongside him. Seized eventually makes his way closer and closer. The bomb on his back as well. And Dilet is actually swinging inside of the smoke. Will claim the head of the first, pins him against the wall, and it's Trunic who has space to play for himself, but it's just being caught off one by one. Nothing to be done, and the B bomb site is fallen. It is collapsed in upon itself. Trades effective as ever. And that was the first B-side execution I think we've seen in a long time, let alone the first successful one, as far as my memory serves me.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of call that a B exec. It was 3 players. But it almost felt like just pure aggression rolling through there from Dilladez. There's still 2 players on the extremities that are holding for re-aggression. Watching for an A push and then watching for mid-aggression as well. And I wonder, like, if at that point 9Pandas realized how successful they really were at finding their entries, where they were just like, yeah, let's win this round. Dilladez has done the heavy lifting. Wild stuff, man.
Praying for his life there, jumping into the corner with no HP. Player at the other end of beach to get away with it. 2 guns, 2 rifles, 1 MP9 for Trunic. The rest going to be playing with these fully automatic guns, but haven't really come to do them a whole hell of a lot of good. This round of this half, and I want to see if Disbalance's AWP is going to have something to say on that CT side, because honestly, that's where I've seen him do some nasty things in mid in the way of multi-frags. We're going to probably be seeing something reminiscent of what Headtrick was putting ahead on this map, in my opinion, if he can see him at his best. That was really, really impressive from Headtrick earlier on, though, I have to say, looking back to it. Wait, oh, Scream is streaming Counter-Strike! He's back! Sorry.
No way. They all come crawling back all of a sudden.
Yeah. His younger brother does, and he's like,
Be the move. Pretty cool, though. Got 10 saying Counter-Strike is fun, I think. I saw that in the news.
Who said that?
Counter-Strike. I think 10 said he likes playing Counter-Strike more.
He did, yeah, he said it's more fun
lines.
or something, yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Oh.
I do agree. There's X5. Oh, he just can't get away with much here now. Look at the powerful execution. Molly's just engulfed the site. There's actually just no place to stand. You're either blinded up by the flashes or you're running into flames. Wouldn't want to play like that at all. This is going to be a retake attempt, obviously, with the last round of half playing out, but how can they gather on the inbound? Nasty angle here from Clax. Not going to be cleared fully there, although Falso still brings a couple kills into the mix. 1v2 here. Vanished, but walking right into the op scope. And 9 Pandas, they come through with a really tough kickoff to this game, but look at that. 5 rounds in a row to cut it off.
Sneak away with the final round here as well. 9 Pandas just crushing it through their main time and time again following that equalized scenario at 4-4. It looked like they were pretty threatening squad of individuals on their bursts through. It just seemed like the trading was effective as ever, and that's a good trade. A good transfer too, but it won't come to finish the job that they had started. Dialades the top of the board for the server right now at 13 kills. Not so far behind are Fossil and Trunic, who did look serviceable throughout that entirety of the CT half, despite not winning out as many rounds as they probably would have wanted to. But even so, 9 Pandas really needing to convert this pistol in order to keep themselves up for that 2-0 conversation, in my opinion. At least in terms of being a dominant one.
Well, that flash is going to help him get some space there. Trunic, rather, trying to run away. Those kills. Trade favors space right now. And now with all this time to work with here, there's no need to rush into things. Got a man advantage. See if you can target that right site. Walking into the dualies of E-Box is not exciting, though. There's an advanced angle right there from Tannis. He lines up those headshots. They just walk right into him instead. And C's left on the outside of this round. His flash kind of revealing where he started this round off and maybe where he'll finish it. It's worth giving it a bit of a go. You don't have any armor to save. Don't want to give over that cash.
I want to fight him too.
Yeah, just go ahead and lock in this kill. And get chased. Yeah, we'll be taken down. So that's an important pistol, I think. Like you said, if you want to try and complete this one dominantly, you could win that pistol and probably coast to a finish line.
Yeah.
Not so straightforward anymore.
This is going to become gritty, I can already tell. I think Team Space, in this round, once they do convert, that's where 9 Pandas are going to have to do their best work. We're going to have to see it be a little bit more special than anything else with Idis Balance not having the weapon of choice. In terms of where they take themselves in aggression, I'd like to see that A-main play they just pulled. That was actually pretty interesting. It's just unfortunate that the first shot, what sounds like from the blinded Glock, is a headshot immediately connected onto them.
And again, a lot of resistance right there around that corner as well. So many players ready to deal with that aggression. So
They're
less
just
than
gonna
favorable trade.
Yeah, it's sitting on their hands.
This again the MAC-10 probes throughout the map. A sacrifice here to try and find the stack. Vert's the one that reveals it.
Run! Drops the molly. They're already ahead. He's got a Galil to line up. A couple of kills even still, and there's one outside of the main. He can farm up some money of his own. Good accident onto that one, but okay. He finishes the job maybe with the clock pulled. Not quite, but here comes Vert. We'll take an accident here or there.
Happy little
Take an
accident.
oops.
Gonna take a bonus though. Farmed up some checks with that I'm active. I got clock spinning and spawn. Keeping his mouse sand nice and warmed up. There's an op for itis balance for this first gun run, even though it was that third round purchase and one just plucked out of the gates right there. What does? Yeah, towards E-box, able to find the first, but then C's overwhelmed by the MAC-10s.
Blowing his Amali to at least stop them from getting an A if they want to just split it quick, which they stop, they pump. This glass cannon op of itis balance is going to have to do something special. Really, I mean, he sits aside the B site with Diladez by his side, who had found that opener. It's a pain to see that C's is so far forwards in mid following that kill. Maybe trying to get out of that way and caught in transition.
They have to give so much control towards A or the B site right now. Look at this.
Yeah. He's gonna get smoked surely. Actually, they only have the one. No, they have two. Okay. Should be fine.
Oh, there it is. Just like that. That might just seal it. They're into the site.
Oh.
They're gonna plant in the corner. I think he is, but no wall bang
They
attempts.
couldn't have crossed. Ooh.
And just cuts off the mid prong. Diladez is still looking very eager to give this one a go, but the positions are strong. A kill still comes through. Revert, as the smoke fades away, there's no head Kevlar on Kalak, so he gets blasted by the MAC-10. And time is quickly ticking against them. There is no kits in the server right now. It's going to be a 10-second defuse. Tap onto the bomb. Dan is kind of noted in his position, but there's both kills coming in unison here in space. Are going to get one round closer. Tying things up.
Yeah, I think the next round is going to be like the penultimate round for the telling of this map. It's going to be everything put onto the line by the 9 Pandas and a full purchase with armor and utility for everybody. They're not going to be short of anything where their MAC-10 can catch them, again, as soft as they were. It's going to be a real big turnaround for the T side of Team Space, who kept it close enough on their first half. It was a pretty far run, but even still not one that they couldn't bridge the gap for. Thank you, MR12. Is kill or two in this round would be really solid from them, as the 5-7 can't quite connect. The spam down, pull down, not going to be as reliable as it typically is known to be, as everyone else is going to have just as hard as a time. But I guess if there were a player that you wanted to take a duel with, it would probably be Vert. But close range SMG versus close range 5-7, I guess it's pretty much a coin toss.
Yeah. Winning some long-range duels versus the AKs and Ops, though, is a bit of a surprise, although Vert takes initiative. Risky move right there, but let's get away with it. And getting caught with the utility out could be a disaster there. Still goes down, but not too many casualties. It's just those low HP bars that are slightly concerning until I disbalance catches one on the side. And Trunik's still very healthy here. So a little less of a problem. Another kill rolls through. Klax now. Left on his own devices on this A side. They just cleared out B, so how careful do you want to be here, Space? You could bring the bomb back over towards that B side, and yeah, they're just not even going to mess with Klax at that point.
Yeah. Making sure, I guess, he doesn't just get jumped down on. No, this one is, Bomb has been planted. Seated. This one's done. Klax going to be exposed in a moment. Notice as well. Turns back and around. Would have been one hell of a snap to be able to find the head of X5 and an AK to walk over as the rest were low, but nope. Not to be, not today. This is tie game. This is a lot on the line. As Dialadez has been doing all that he can in the way of openings, in the way of their T side being as fluid and forced as it were with him at the helm. We need someone to rise to the second star role, and Glowing being as far down as he is. This is one of his specialty maps as well, typically.
Yeah, I just don't think yet to stabilize that much on this CT side, so maybe this, I think you put it well when you said, like, this could be that, quick test to see, you know, does Space just run away with this game, or is Nine Pandas able to fight back? They have a defense on offer here. We know this kind of confidence has been hit by this team with some concessions on this map. Not the same powerhouse, definitely not the same CT sides that we were seeing beginning of this year here, but C's diving in. He's already made it in towards canals here. A couple op shots to rattle past him. Successful control at least established for now. What do you do with it though? He's now just in the water, trying to walk away.
I'll make sure you get out safely from this one. It would have been a really annoying feat to try and pull off if they had fallen, but now as they dropped through mid earlier on, leave it open up and try to balance nearby, holding for the cross out. I said that we would have to see some of that familiar head trick action we'd seen previously, but a lot of map space cleared out by the CTs kind of leaves this one up to interpretation as to where else it could possibly be. Mid and A, really all the other locations they could be playing from, as Glowing is completely unannounced. He'll go down even still walking into the line of fire. It's just done. Call it. We're gonna have to see the craziest multi-frag here from one man to leave Dialadez a chance, but crumbs. They eat up the A-bomb site defense as well as crunch down on mid.
That's brutal. Right there. Handle that mid re-aggression completely. A lot around that corner. Space delete it all. Fossil with a 3K there helping out. X5 doing some work as well. Nine Pandas. They don't have a lot on this defense right now on offer. They are struggling. Grasping for straws right now. And again, the way that Space just take control of the map. It's slow until it's ready to activate.
Team Space's slate wiped clean, really, yeah?
I mean, definitely some redemption here for Dust too. I mean, it was a risky pick here, but maybe it's worth the risk if you're just going to come back onto Nine Pandas in their map pick. Looking like this. Get away with that risk taking. That decider's got to get scrappy as well. I'll just say that much.
Nuke.
If it's required, that third map is going to be nuts.
We're not that far away from it either. Trunic just disconnecting for the server for a moment. Should be back in just a sec. Here he is. Looking to finish their job, as their lead has been once again reclaimed. Nine Pandas, who were off to a runaway at the end of their T half, have now yet to put a round onto the board. Feel like a bit of a yikes moment in closing out this best of 3 for them. If we do go to nuke and we do see Team Space with that momentum to be gained, that knife round going to be all important should they send them there. So they can just get rolling with it, and that's where the mental starts to drain a little bit, having lost Anubis in the way that it seems that they might soon. But looks can be deceiving.
Yeah. The gun rounds have just offered them nothing, though. That's my bigger concern. That last gun round, all the tools, op included, you know, no missing pieces there, and Space walking into a 3-man setup, and they don't have a single kill. We'll see here. I just balance goes for these duels a lot. He smokes that molly early, He misses the shot. Can't connect, which would have been such a relief. And on the other end of things, Dan is not missing. An opening duel, and that's a rifle dropped as well to add insult to injury. Oh man, I just balance this timing, man.
Beasts being the more impactful of the two offers in this server right now is not something that can last very much longer if they want a chance into it. He finds that pick over at the side of B main, but spammed in, Molly down onto the floor, lucky to get away with his life with 1 HP, and this is just going to be a save call once again to have a chance into the following as Clax has an A1S, Seized has armor, they have a kit to go along with it, the sniper rifle, invaluable, and I don't know if Team Space are actually going to let them get away with that for much longer, because look at how much money that they've got in their bank accounts. They're going to be checking it out and sending it to an offshore in a moment, because they are going to be overwhelming. Cash flow.
Is that where the money goes whenever you win a round and you've got 16K?
Offshore, yep.
Yeah. Too much cash flow going. Not a lot of hunting, though. You're probably still slightly concerned that a retake, could come through late. But, hey, I mean, it's not like Space are concerned of these gun rounds anyways, so... at the end of the day, just let them have their weapons. Give it another go, why don't you? Because it doesn't matter if you have guns or not, we're just going to blow right past you.
Okay. Moment of truth. Good nade to start things off at the very least. And its bell is up. Will be given a jiggle in a moment, but actually hit with the nade. Trunic's gonna back off and away instead. Everybody getting softened up little by little, more and more. This is gonna become a mid-pressured round, mid-focal. There is a molly from Dilatez to stop them from going through if he does get smoked. Got 2 players stuck inside of the A-bomb site itself. So all things considered, in terms of the positioning right now, Exner, this round does look like the one that they would be able to take through, if any, in this game.
Shut them off again, though. Dilatez has to handle this pressure. They are, again, in such valuable real estate towards middle, and it's Danis that's, again, helming this round.
Wow.
With his AWP. And they lose their P pick. It is falling to pieces right now. ID's Balance looking to save the day. But he's getting closed in on from another prong of approach. He's got the read, though. Oh, my goodness, but misses a shot. X5. Overcoming there. And you just go ahead and save here. I don't know if it's going to matter, man. I don't know if 9 Pandas is going to even give us a 1.
Yeah, this one gun gone. Money is there. Lost bonus is there as well. But, I mean, it's just like Team Space just seemed to be in the right spot at each given point. That time they just walk it up through mid. The one round Idis balances off as an E-box instead. Buddy actively holding on to it a couple of times, and they've taken advantage of that much. But Denise being 15 and 10 dispels defeat. Dispels nuclear power plant. It reeks of an 11th round.
Just keep on. You can't get away from that stench right there. Space. I just can't, like, they're getting away with so much in middle right there. It's wild to see. But I can only imagine the fear in 9 Pandas' hearts right now. As they play out these rounds. Constantly. Losing out. So quickly. Like, if you're losing out in so many different opening duels, I would want to play back too. I would want to play a passive setup. And a little bit of relief right there. That op shot close to connect. As C's almost gives him another opening.
Almost, but once again, the amount of damage that the 9 Pandas have done in this round without the kill is going to be a good look for them. They just need to convert. Just need to bring it over the line following that much. As 50 seconds are ticked away and no real contact has been made in terms of gunfights across the map since then. Now C's just holds on to mid on his own and they go 1 for 1. Low HP players still up and standing, but it's mid where they soon will be pressured on. But Idis Balance is here for the first time in a long time, actually given the opportunity to take a duel like that, but he's forfeited A, but he makes his way back in the nick of time as one drops off the top side of it, and this is something in the way of a CT side as they stand for a single round, give themselves room to breathe. I guess at the end of the day, Fozzel's not done as he still has this bomb in possession.
Both off as well. At least gonna get the bomb plant down? No, nothing more. Spam comes through. 9 Pandas, a reality check. Idis Balance doing what he kind of wanted to do in that last round and kind of take over the game right there. Be able to turn his attention, have his op in the right place at the right time.
Bro's been trying.
Yeah, he's been going for a lot of those duels. And this time able to connect on some of these fights. More than just a single kill, right? It's a big difference maker. But you're going to need a lot more where that came from. It can't just be that flash in a pan. Replicating this success, I mean, look at this. Coverage on both middle and that A site. What you like to see out of your op for being versatile like that. A lot of pressure to put on him, though.
Idis Balance has been a man around the block in the top tier 2 CIS teams, must be said. Slowly whittling away at some of the other talent rising above. And East only just picking up the AWP for this team in particular. Now starting to give him quite the test, quite the challenge at which he's now starting to meet. But I guess better late than never, as they have no chance of resetting the economy of their opponents, but at the very least keeping themselves in good standing, and that Molotov will continue the good run of form that they've had in the way of utility, drop onto the feet of the T's, but they're going to make their way through soon enough.
Just smoked themselves off an E-box, though. What is the game plan here? Getting spammed out on one prong here, blasting open the smoke on the other. They're going to walk right into Glowing, who has a couple kills maybe on offer. Playing in the back of the plat. He does deliver a multi. AK retrieved as well. He's taking fights on all fronts. Now it's Glowing to step up here with the rifles. And Trunic, he has no say. 9 Pandas again, just stopping them right at the finish line. Stopping them right before they can claim map point and showing up with some cohesive defenses. This time, again, requires Glowing to step up to the plate. He's had a tough game, but 2 in a row now for this 9 Pandas squad.
Within striking distance, this is the one, where things might start to turn in their favor. That leaf, they now flip. They'll have to be here and now. As I'll reiterate, this op has tried to put itself in the right place, positionally speaking, to be able to even opening pick or multi-frag time and time again, and he might have just done it. He spots the shoulder of X5, but it's fast. It's too fast. Just make sure that you rein it in from here on out. There's no need to do anything in the way of a specialty maneuver. Try and double up on what you've claimed already, and the 9 Pandas have been really huge perpetrators of that on multiple occasions prior, as now Idis Balance makes his way over to A. He's going to be holding on to it, and Trunic and Fozzel on the other end. Bomb rotating back and around, and Team Space want to finish here, and this is not going to spell much of anything for them unless they can crack through the sniper first.
Getting aggressive here, though. I'm only going to dissuade them. It's feeling like one-way street in towards this A site here. They're not going to give up on this play. A bit of execution utility being tossed out now, but is there going to be any flashes to back this execution up, or are they just going to swing in dry? Smoke onto the site. There's the flashes they needed here, but the smoke making things very awkward. Still, Idis Balance caught out and sees in the back of the site revealed. Trunic taking too much space and completely separated right now. It's going to be a bomb play out in the open as Clax again looking to save the day. Trunic known around this smoke Look at it cut off the camera position. Finally makes his move in which Klax catches it. Vert still in the back of the site. Left a little bit scared, waiting for his teammate to strike next here with that AWP. He's boxed into the corner here, and the op's still not given a chance to fight just yet. They peek him slowly but surely. Another wide swing from Diladez is going to tie things back up for 9 Pandas.
Klax might be back. That's a much better look from what was once a man unleashed on D2. It's 11-11, man. They get that bomb plant. They get a couple of bucks. They make themselves look at least comfortable in this round, economically speaking. But to follow, playing up against map and series point, it is going to be a completely different story should they not be able to show up in kind here. The loss bonus might have accumulated. We're going to need to see more, and it's a tactical timeout. Team Space, I don't blame them. No better time than the present. And letting this one slip, that would be a serious misfortune for them here, as this would be their semifinals life on the line, and 9 Pandas walking forwards into it are going to feel really good if they manage to pull Anubis through in this manner. Well, maybe not seeing as how they got to this point, but, you know, better than letting it slip and then going to nuke. And potentially even losing.
Yeah, I mean, both roads scary here, but 9 Pandas with 3 in a row, especially with that last round. Space felt like they did enough right there, and then, like you said, that arrival on the scene from Klax. Just what 9 Pandas needed. And the last thing, if you're Space, that you want to deal with right now. The latter stages here. We got a very passive mid setup here. C's just caught in the open. He's lucky to be alive. He's getting chased down. This is so aggressive from Fossil, who's been able to crack things open so effectively. Oh, Idis Balance is almost too late on that reposition, but they're taking this A side again, and Idis Balance traded. They give them that space towards middle, and again, Fossil, he does what he does best, and it's cracking that A side open.
They gonna go for this one right now?
They just found 2 Diladez instantly. The HE's dunking down as well. They still have yet to plant the bomb, and they got a flank coming through as well. Another HE, but they don't expect Fossil's further aggression. Diladez with his side turned. He goes down because of it. And time being bought off the clock, but C's is going to make the hero move. He's going to walk through the smoke. 2 players caught off guard. C's will claim themselves series point here. Looking for the closer.
Holding hands in the bottom of the bomb site is the carrier as well as the sniper. Not sure where to play from or where to push to. They're stuck into it, and Z's with the moment to strike makes it happen and brings them to 12. No bomb plant right now for Team Space, and I don't know how the hell this even managed to happen. That's how it happened. He found them both with a sliver of a... Yep, they did it, and I don't know how, but Team Space all of a sudden the ones on the back foot.
Yeah, just when you think it's Space finally getting their way to a map point, it's ripped from them. Diladez finds 2 kills on the smallest of angles when you think there's some safety right there. And the same case is true for C's. As soon as you think you have a moment to breathe, to get into a pose play, to establish yourself, C's walks through a smoke and you're caught with your pants down. 9 Pandas actually getting themselves on series point here. And these rounds have been hard fought for. They've been scrappy, but 9 Pandas still figuring out ways to win them. It's been heroics. It's been big multi-kills all the way through to this point. They have one more in them. Versus, I mean, what is going to be your best opportunity to close right here? It's a low buy, rough economy. Instead of having an op, Danis has a deagle.
I don't know if in overtime they're going to get an opportunity like this. I think this is just going to be the close or the kick out. Team Space, they're going to want to send this one to nuke very quickly if given the opportunity. If they can slide past this defense with a deep smoke, a missed smoke. Hold on.
They're going to try and walk past it, though, into Diladez, and that's not who you want to be running into right now. 2 kills, sidelighting 2 more, and Diladez offers up a 3rd. They think he's mid. The Danis left behind the smoke on the outside looking in with bomb out of his control. It is curtains. It is over. 9 Pandas pull this one back out of nowhere. Well, unless unless you give them much more of that. They're sitting on top of the bomb like a goose egg, and their smoke should just keep tossing in now.
Was that smoke intentional? I guess.
I think
You
maybe
think he wanted them to walk
he got
through?
a little bit lucky. I hope it was just luck. If that's intentional, that is some nasty stuff.
Wow.
But I just balance to cap it off right there. It felt like a reality check once they keep winning those rounds. Once they get to 11, it just clicked for 9 Pandas.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to be said other than just GG's from Pandas taking it across the line maybe a little later than they would have preferred to. Maybe